an English number, they won't come pick you up. So it's quite useful to have a New York London number if you go to New York and you want your limit to pick you up. That's really what Trigger do, and we built it all with an all-IP network, so you can plug interesting things in. And the interesting thing that we plugged in for banks is we record all their calls. So when you hear all these kind of interesting scandals and Forex and so on, we're recording calls that happen. So that's TruePhone. And really this evening is all about blockchain. We've done a couple of other talks. The last couple of talks were about AI. I wrote a book on AI. I have not written a book about blockchain, but this is my book about AI, so it's a shameless plug. The Android's dreaming yet. And available on Amazon for all good bookstores. And I think that's all I've got to say.
Thank you, James. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, I'll just say a little bit about the thinking behind the series that we're doing. So this is a collaboration between me and James and Helen, who seems is still on the front desk. So you met Helen, you met Helen downstairs. So Helen runs a thing called Heroes of the Mobile Fringe at Mobile World Congress every year in Barcelona. I run a thing called the Tuttle Club. Many of you are honorary and honourable members. Any of you can be instant members by turning up on a Friday morning and drinking coffee with me at the National Theatre on the South Bank. And the thing about Tuttle is that it has grown. I mean, we've done it every week for the last 8 years. It's grown from a thing that was mostly about social media to being something that is, it's a way of us building our social capacity to deal with technological change. So we've kind of lifted a little layer of abstraction. Brian's laughing at my marketing attempts. So no, if you know that's the kind of journey we've been on is helping people like that. And at the moment, the things seem to be things around AI. They seem to be things about blockchain, massive, and we're doing one next week on drones, robots, the Internet of Things, and we're doing one on virtual reality and augmented reality the week after that. The important thing for me is that these aren't just about tech. We're not going to. I mean, you can just sit here and talk about tech if you want to, but I'm most interested in them in the context of the way that work is changing for all of us in the face of technology. So I mean, obviously there are people in the room who are just into the workforce, who are just coming out of school. There are other of us who have been hit round the block a few times. And my working life has been transformed over certainly even in the last 10 years by internet, especially social media and being able to publish things on the web, or write my stuff and be me. But that's changing for everybody, and we're seeing these technologies as one part of all of that change. So I want you to bear that kind of stuff in mind as well. This isn't just about, well, isn't this cool, sexy tech? It's also what are we using it for, and how is that impacting us? And we've deliberately chosen technologies which are networked. The interesting thing about these things is when they're in a network, as much as when you're interacting with them one-to-one. So I think, and I don't think we have a good way of talking about and understanding for ourselves those kinds of network effects. Okay, that's enough of me. Imogen, would you like to come and... You have that seat.
Oh, goodness me.
And I'll have a seat too. And we'll have a little chat.
Yeah.
Do you want to say, for people who are sketchy, because nobody will not know who you are, but...
Very possible. Well, I started off making music, and then when I started to realise where their gaps were in the work that I'm involved in, the music industry at large, then I started to want to build things to fill those gaps. And the first kind of big thing that I started with, now a team of 8, is a pair of gloves where I can reach into my software wearing these gloves and kind of manipulate and kind of scout the sound through gesture and with these gloves called the mini gloves. And then I kind of got like, oh, I can do anything. I can make gloves, can get people together. Got kind of open-eyed to the maker revolution, and then just found myself talking to all kinds of different people. And then I've been, on the fringes of the music. I haven't been. I've been in the middle of the music industry, but I've been trying to extract myself from it because I don't like quite a lot of it. And so over the years, thought, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. I'm going to, not be signed to a record label and try and get independent. And from that, kind of, manage to get some good licensing deals and kind of remain having control over my own career to some degree. And then I could feel it kind of disappearing again. And then more recently, just thought, I don't want to release a record in the same way that I have done in the past. Because it doesn't make any sense to me anymore. I don't want to add to the problem which I see as this very complex and old, crooked industry, which is a bit terrified and nervous of the future. I want to look at what are the possibilities. Well, first of all, I just wanted to dream of how I wanted to see the architecture of the music industry change, and then realised almost simultaneously that there is something out there called the blockchain, which is a huge part of that solution. And then it made me want to get in and meet some great people, one of them over there, Vinay Gupta, who's introduced me to Lloyd, and start to really actually have a part in thrashing out how we can change that and what that architecture should look like. So I say it's like turning the music industry onto its feet, because the artists, we make the music, we're often the ones with the least amount of money in this whole industry, and we make our work, we do it very hard, and then off it goes, and we don't see it for ages, and then maybe 2 years later we might get something back, in a check form, or however, in the statement we might see some 0.0003 pence kind of arrive from some random place, and not really know where exactly that is or who was involved in that process. It's all very opaque, so yeah, it's about looking at turning it onto its feet with the artist at the core, creating something which is sustainable for music, helping young artists, get their foot on a door or on a rung which is steady, not kind of going into this very unsteady industry. Because even myself, as Zoe Keating coined the phrase middle-class musician or middle-class artist, where I'm not like the top tier, I'm not the Taylor Swifts of this world, but I'm also, not starting out. I've done it for 20 years, and I've managed to make a living in various ways in the music industry. And now I'm at a point where I'm just like, if I was completely, which I now am, completely independent, all label, all management, all publishing, I can think in a very different way, and I'm free to do that exactly as I please. And I wanted to live how I wanted to be, and then started to think of this place called Mycelia, which
tell us about that. You're doing great.
Thanks.
So explain to us what people heard about this concept of Mycelia. I'm seeing lots of shakes.
So Mycelia is taking inspiration from nature, as nature's been around for quite a while, and solved a lot of problems. And I took inspiration from this idea of obviously networks and an ecosystem, and as in nature, when things are taxing and heavy on a system, they wither and die, or they get rejected. And so that's kind of what's happening, or what has happened. But we're kind of the ones being rejected, and we need to make the music in order for the music industry to survive. So it needs to help us a bit more than it is. So I was imagining if the artist, if you made the perfect, beautiful scenario for the kind of utopian idea of what the music industry would look like for me, it would look like I would release a song, that's my bit, the creative bit. I would produce it, whatever I do. I'd get it ready, and I would put it onto the internet in one place. That would be the official verified place. That is the one place where everybody knows it's verified by the artist. It's the best quality it can be. It's got all related data there, lyrics, video, all the musicians that were involved, the inspiration, any press related anything, everything goes here. It's a place which is like the entire world of that song. And then how it connects to all of my other songs and all the other musicians involved and all the producers and whatever it might be connected to, my music over the years. And so this is what I refer to as mycelia. This is the underlayer. Now in our lovely blue planet, when we walk on the earth, sometimes we might be walking over mycelia, mycelium actually, which is an individual network of threads that live beneath our feet that come above the ground as mushrooms. So these are the things which exist off the goodness of the mycelium underneath. And they're the largest organisms in the world. They're 10 to 20 kilometres long. And so I thought that was a good idea. Because often I talk about in music industry in terms of things where people don't really understand. And I thought something which is the nature of organisms people don't understand. So underneath we have the goodness, the nutrients, the artists, the music, the content created, content there. And then on the top, above ground, we have the mushrooms. So this is like the Ujo, the Spotify, the YouTube, the iTunes, the whatever Twitters of the world. And so any time that those things access a piece of music of mine, it would go directly to my musical store. And I would know every time it was played. I would know every time somebody shared it or used it. I would be able to, more importantly, be able to say how much it might cost, or at least have a say in that. I don't have a say in that currently. I didn't have. I would like to be able to say, today is my birthday. Anyone in the world can have my music entirely for free, because that's my gift on my birthday. I want everyone to have that. Or I may decide, which I would like to decide, everyone under 16 can have it totally free, because let's face it, they're going to take it anyway. And everyone over the age of 60, it's worked hard enough, and they should have some free things too. So I'd like to, to do something like that.
So at the moment, you have to set that you'd have to set that stuff up with those places like Spotify or iTunes or YouTube, and you can't do that because they have their terms and conditions, and you fit in with that.
Yeah,
is that right?
That's right. And the other really, really valuable thing is data that people collect from my fans. If I could have that data, where are they in the world? How old are they? What are the bands they're interested in? If they're collecting this data, I'm the one who needs it. I need it because I'm a musician and I need to plan my tours. I need to figure out, where I'm going to spend my money that comes into my digital wallet. I need to figure out what to do. I need to be able to be the entrepreneur that I am. I need to have these tools. And so with a system, whereas everything is open and shared, there's a database that everyone can get to. And then it becomes all about curation and about how good that curation is. How good are those services like Spotify or YouTube? Currently, they're all right. I mean, it's great because we get all there's nice free music, but we have to watch crappy ads. But the bad thing is that music has become this kind of just this tiny little rubbishy version of the album. The studio version is this small compressed file that we listen to on our devices, and we don't get this this immersive experience that we might have got. I know we're never going to go back to vinyl, but we can now kind of start to go into imagining a world where our phones in 5-10 years have amazing sound, like it just goes, and you're like in a world of sound. Using
my own little head.
Using hyperdirectional sound, so you could be in a little cloud of sound. It would just sound exactly like it does in my studio. No loss of data, and bandwidth would be so massive and free. So it's just about, for me, knowing that there's this technology out there, and there's these brilliant people out there doing amazing things and changing the way that we're going to interact with these devices and systems. As an artist, to just go, here's a vision. If you're thinking about something in a board meeting or you're developing something, maybe think about it in this architecture, and maybe together we can create a system.
Ooh. Thanks, James.
That was the sound light effect.
So you
Criticism is
released.
transparent. Oh, sorry, it's transparent,
Yeah.
flowing,
Mhm.
and connected, very uber connected,
Sure.
and good.
So you released Tiny Human. You released a Tiny Human into the world last year anyway.
Just a month ago. So this is my only one, the one song that I've written in the last year because I now am a mum and found it a bit less easy to get into the studio. But it's called Tiny Human. It's about motherhood. You know, it's, not all that I thought it was going to be, but it's wonderful. And she's absolutely darling. But it was quite stressful. Anyway, so it's about that. But I thought I was commissioned to write that piece of music by Sennheiser for their new campaign, which is about a very expensive pair of headphones. But I kind of thought, well, I'm going to make it akin to like being born, and I managed to find a parallel enough that they paid me money, and then I released it for free on my website with all of the information, musicians involved, what I would kind of like it to be shared for, but made it free so any platform out there could just have a go, put it up onto their platform, and show us what you can do with the information I've given you, which is lyrics, video, inspiration, text, all kinds of stuff, and artwork and everything. And then, lots of different platforms have uploaded it. I didn't put it on YouTube. I did put it on YouTube actually because I wanted people to see it. But I didn't put it on Spotify. I didn't put it on iTunes. Didn't put it on any of that lot. Which has kind of perked up their ears, like the Spotify's of this world. Kind of go, why didn't she put it on me? That's been quite an interesting conversation since then about that. So yeah, on it went, and Ujo, which is this platform that is built upon Ethereum with consensus, is a kind of rights, a way to see where the rights go, who owns the rights, the splits, all that kind of stuff, and that is the kind of close to this kind of Mycelia vision where we can all get that information.
So you just used a bit of music industry jargon, which is the splits. It's a very important thing.
Yeah,
Explain for us what the splits are.
Okay, so the splits are not things that I can do. So currently in the music industry, the splits are very complicated. Lots of people take cuts, lots and lots of people, and to the point where I don't really actually know. Nobody really knows who takes cuts. And loads of it's done behind, opaque, closed doors for reasons of NDAs and all that kind of stuff. But in the end, somebody plays a piece of my music and on Spotify, and it just says 0.00003 pence. Somebody played my song. Great, that's not very helpful. Why have I only got that amount when they get all this other stuff? And so the splits, and also I would pay up front, my video director or my, who else, violins or something, I might pay them up front. But in this model, people would invest in the song. They would invest in you as the artist, so it enables you to give a piece of the pie by using these kind of smart contracts, as they're called on the blockchain, to having that smart contract of that song. Emma Smith played violin. She's going to get 3%, and which is akin to kind of actually 1.25% is akin to what PPL did, which is a performer's license, performer's amount of money that they get every time something's played on the radio. And then 50% usually goes to the song, 50% goes to the recording. But on YouTube that gets all split up funny because of the video, the content, and all that stuff. So it's just basically simplifying things. Just go, what do I feel, as the artist, this person has done, and what do I feel that's worth against my time, against their time. And these are kind of standards that at the moment don't exist and need to exist. Simpler, fairer standards on how to split that money. So that, say, it's not like no more record companies. I think record companies have a really valid job in scouring the world for up and coming artists and being able to give them a platform to make music and give them a bit of money and get them started. But what they shouldn't be able to do is then just keep taking money and be like, oh, she hasn't recouped yet. Oh no, she hasn't. Honest. And then I have no ideas, and then you have to audit them to great cost, and if you like, you get some money back. And then they take a very large percentage and they give you a very small percentage. And that could still happen, but instead of me not knowing whenever I was recouped, I would have it in smart contracts. It would all be done automatically. The automated bot kind of distribution bots don't lie, and they would pay the amount that Sony or whatever are worth, £30 or whatever they advanced me, and then from then it would go to the next point in the contract, which is now split this amount, and those kinds of things would be done automatically, not kind of in lots of paper somewhere and everybody knows what's going on. So it's about having control over the splits and transparency over the splits for me and everyone, and fans included, to see where that money goes. And I would really love that.
Thank you. And how are you? I mean, how are you feeling about it now? I mean, there was a big. You did a couple of interviews in Forbes magazine for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's
stuff has happened.
Stuff's happened and stuff is happening. Some stuff I can't talk about yet, but it involves big music services. They're being very excited about this idea. They're not really allowed to say, but they are very excited. So that's really, really, really good news. Because I haven't had any negative response about this idea, because I'm the artist, I'm a good person, right? But if a company was to come up with that idea, everyone would think, oh, they're just gonna take all the rights of music and they're gonna own the world. But from my perspective, we need to get a foundation together for artists, to protect artists and to protect future music, and be out there on the lookout, for the mushrooms, and be able to feed that data back to the artist network. But that wasn't the question.
Yeah, it was kind of, how are things? Yeah,
oh, yeah.
That's okay. That's what we asked you for.
So things are great because I'm speaking and having conversations with, really people who are just right in the thick of it and really able to kind of move things and help things along, and just kind of sharing the idea is always great. Meeting. This has heard it a million times before.
So what kind of help do you need? Is there anything that people in this room might be interested in?
Yeah.
Doing
So one thing I feel, it's quite a large problem. Somebody picked up Tiny Human. Intro to Tiny Human. Thank you. So one of the things that I would like to see about this Mycelia thing is that it is agnostic of any blockchain. It is completely independent, and at the moment, as far as I know, there's nothing that does that. But it's about it's almost like a format in a way. This is how I can be played, or this is how I can be shared. This is how I want to operate with the rest of the world. And so it needs lots and lots of people, lots and lots of minds together from all different parts of the industry to get together and decide how we're going to speak to each other, and what we feel is fair. But for the first time, the artists are hopefully going to be in the conversation, at least. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Anybody on the floor? A quick question for Imogen. No long questions. A, no long questions. B, the consummate pro that she is, she did not apologise for the fact that she's lemsipped up to the ideas and not feeling great. Not great voice-wise, but Mark, what would you like to?
I've got one question, which is so you presented a really positive vision of how this could work, but what if it gets applied the other way around, in a way that's actually not about the artist first?
Yeah.
Have you thought about what the risks are and what everybody here can learn from that in terms of how they work at this?
Yeah. Well, that has already happened in a way. In basically the record industry is kind of one or two massive major labels, and the only reason they're not two is because they actually had to split them up because they were taking over the market with this one, so they had to actually dissolve them. Separate. So hopefully people have learned from the fact that you have to have healthy competition, but you have to nourish the base layer, because now we're at the point where the record industry has boxed itself in so much to having to churn out hits. using the same people with the same producers and everything to kind of, with basically why a lot of the music sounds is very much like the other music that's on our drive time radio. They kind of box themselves in so much because they have to make it work with these few, because they're not putting in the money, they're not being able to get the returns back from the smaller artists because the industry is so top heavy. And so they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. But luckily, there are, loads of really amazing services coming up from the undergrowth. And I feel, which again, I may be rose-tinted about all this, but I do believe that even the labels I've spoken to, the services that, the biggest services out there, artists, everyone, managers, everyone feels that it just needs to be fair, to make sense, for everyone to make money. Everyone, to cut out the fat of the middlemen. There are many, many, many middlemen in the music industry, and some might argue that that's why we haven't moved along for so long. But now the blockchain's gone, hello, and it's kind of gone, you don't need all of that now, you can do it like this. And like in every time this happens in the music industry, there's a massive bump, or kind of, jolt upwards, when a new piece of technology happens and the music industry adopts it. And that last massive one was the MP3, and then Napster, and which I think was a great thing, and enabled me to reach so many more ears, and it was just really easy to use. And I think that is the secret. We need to create something which is so easy and fun and brilliant and just amazing to use that nobody would even think twice, and it'd be cheap because everybody would be using it. It would there would be no need to charge maybe the amount that people charge, because it doesn't go to the right people. So I feel really positive because I feel like that that side of things wouldn't happen because people realise that it has to be the kind of the good way.
Hi, Imogen. I'm thinking about recoupment, that dreadful term, recoupment.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, what if you could disintermediate recoupment? You could put together a bunch of people who would put a fund to access to the blockchain, and instead of artists going into debt with record companies until they're recouped, it's a horrible, horrible thing.
Yeah.
What if we could see it as a reverse?
Yeah.
That people who would put money into that fund
Investment.
would see it as an investment.
Yeah.
And obviously they're prepared to take a risk, because some artists are not going to make the money back, and some will.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you could actually completely remove that layer of the industry.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate goal, and that is.
Doesn't sound terribly difficult to me.
No.
Well, it's also similar to it's a crowdfunding.
There is an equivalent for writing books, where you put up your idea for writing a book, and people volunteer your advance, and depending on what they volunteer in advance, maybe they get to name the book, maybe they get to name it back, maybe they get a free copy, or whatever. If it's Sue Black's book, it doesn't come out for years, and you get some socks, which apparently I'm due socks because I put money into Sue Black's book. I haven't seen the socks yet. But no, I think that that's not the difficult thing to do, especially if you think about I'm looking at you, Vinny. If you think about the transactions that you could mediate using that, you could find some smart money, maybe EIS type money that will put money into a music fund that was driven by that approach. I'd be interested in putting a bit of time into that.
Generically, you lower the transaction costs, you increase the security, and that allows you to move risk from the back end of the process to the front end. So think of things like Kickstarter. There's this enormous migration of risk forward. All these websites where you could write a novel, you could have a chapter at a time, you would pay for it, move risk forward. The stuff that Amanda Palmer is doing, the risk is all moved forward, Patreon. We're in this position where the risk and the reward, instead of all being taken by large institutions and paying out at the end, we're now taking the risks at the beginning, and it's a much more smooth, continuous process.
I guess the issue with record companies is, and they, on the positive side, they have in the past taken risk. They do take risk. The problem is that risk is completely loaded, and the splits are always mediated against the artist.
So the thing is that basically all industries have a thing inside of them which looks like a bat. Whether it's airlines, or whether it's the oil industry, or whether it's something else. deep inside of every industry, there's a thing that manages the capital and looks like a bank. And that's why they all act like banks. If you don't want your businesses, produce services that act like banks, you have to take the banking function out of the industry, and where's it going to go? It's going to have to go back to ordinary people who say, yeah, we want that album to exist, we'll buy it 2 months before it comes out, or 6 or we'll buy it now, it'll come in a year, or whatever it happens to be. It's, if you don't want things to look like banks or act like banks, you have to take the banking function out.
How do you think publicity will work for new artists who want to break the industry and maybe make their work known? But at the moment you've got agents, you've got the companies which can then advertise and do things. But how would that work for that?
I feel like if everybody could have access to, where my story, let's use me as an example, or a new person, so somebody has a new album and they want to get it up there, then I would say a mushroom needs to be doing that as a kind of, that's a new exciting place for a mushroom to think about a way to make money. Is to go, okay, I can navigate through all of this information. I have my own dashboard, I've kind of correlated information, so I can see where hotspots are and I can see when things influence other things, and I can really kind of zone in and do that promotion the most efficient way possible because I've access to all of this data that's being shared amongst platforms and between the artists and the platforms. So I think it would be down to, it could be down to a 15-year-old girl who kind of goes, I've got an idea of how that person can get promoted by, getting her in touch with this video director who I know is going to really love, there can all kinds of relationships and collaborations can happen when you have access to lots of exciting curated data.
Thank you. I think what I don't want us to get too much into one big conversation with 36 people all listening to individuals all around the room. Great as it is, I want us to get into some smaller things where people can actually talk to each other. So thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Big, so what we need to do to play the game that I like to play is that we need to get ourselves into a circle, and I think I'm going to try and get us into one circle over here. We've tried it long ways, but let's try and do that. You can cooperate in the circle building process, or you can cooperate in the wine and beer and coffee drinking.
If you have a glass under your chair, I recommend that the first thing we do is pick them up. If you want to refill them, hang on to them because we've almost run out. And that will mean that we don't smash a glass as we move the chairs around.
But if we can get back in the circle in about 5 minutes,
You wanting chairs?
that'd be great. No,
No,
well, not if.
if it'll form a circle
Let's
with 50 people
bring
in
the
it, it won't.
circle here.
It'll be a paramecium.
Just stop this from going round.